Okay, hey everybody. Today is Thursday night's call. It is Thursday, April 7th. And I just want to thank you guys all for getting on the call tonight. I really like that we now have the daytime call on Wednesdays with Lee. Oh, I'm about to shut this. Can you guys hear that dinging? I'm so sorry. Oh, good Lord. I have a Mac computer and I can't remember how you get the text message. You need to quit coming up on it. I'm just going to push quit. Maybe it'll leave me alone. Okay, so Lee has a Wednesday call during the day for anybody that can get on the daytime call, which is really nice. I've been trying to get on that one too. And that's at 11 o'clock my time, Central Standard Time. I'm not sure what all time zones y'all are in. So if you can get on that call, that's great. We're going to try to have different topics. They are all recorded, so that will, help everybody, be able to try to hit some of the calls. Okay, so tonight I wanted to go over, I have just a little of agenda, but I want to say getting started with this, because normally I had quit doing my own team calls and I got back into the team call thing now. And I want to share it, with Lee's team and just open it up. I like to talk. People that know me know that part of me. But I also don't want to be the only person that talks. I want you guys to start taking on the roles of leaders and, use this time to, voice your opinions on things, what you want to talk about. Don't be afraid to reach out and send me questions, topics that you want me to talk about. Heather, Diana, and Brandy and I are trying to figure out like a schedule. We want a set schedule for everybody. We want to have guest speakers. We want to reach out to anybody. We're going to go for no on some of these speakers. Hey, if they tell us no, you asked. I mean, you're never going to know. And we want to have workshops, like a Shakeology workshop on like ingredients, and then one on sharing it. Brandy, what was the other one? There was another social media. We just want to think of different workshops that are going to benefit everybody. And some of them, they're going to repeat because I'm going to do the 10-day boot camp for new coaches. I want you in there as well as your new coaches, because that's your time. I always feel like this is your time to shine. You want to show them what kind of a team or what kind of a sponsor they joined. So you want to make sure that you're in there participating and commenting on people's things, watching everybody's videos. Because a lot of these videos in this boot camp, they're so good because it's everybody getting outside their comfort zone. And I used to hate making videos. Oh my gosh. I would delete it, start over, delete it. I'd write out my notes, and I'm just a winger. I have to wing things. I cannot follow a script for nothing. And it's just, I feel more natural just being myself. And these videos, I put one of my new coaches in there just to let her see what a boot camp is. If you're curious of what a coach is, throw them in there. I'll leave the group open. Tell them to go all the way back to the videos. Have them watch what people think of coaching or what their fears are. And then I think it's day 2's post. It actually talks about what were your thoughts of becoming a coach? What did you first think about coaching before you ever signed up? Those are awesome. I love reading those because everyone is scared at some point or what held them back. And then they also say how they wish they would have joined a long time ago if they would have just done it. So actually, after I put the girl in there, she ended up signing up as a coach. So, it's exciting to see someone get excited by what we do just by, seeing that other people have these fears and these reservations and everything with coaching. So the boot camp's great. Everybody's doing really awesome in there. I love people participating. So we're going to try to have more of a schedule set up so that we are following it. So it's something that we can constantly keep teaching new coaches to do. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about with the Summit tracks, people that are going to Summit, as of, let's see, this one says April 11th. I had it up here just a second. I want to see. Okay, everybody else. Okay, so people as of 4/11, anyone that is 2015 Elite, 2015 Premier, Superstars, current All-Star Legends, 5-star and above and 2016 speakers can register on 4/11 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that closes, that doesn't close until later. Okay, so then anyone else that doesn't fit into those categories, the registration will open up on 4/18 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you don't, if you are one of those, the qualifications that get to do it early, make sure that you talk to your team. Find out what, tracks that you want to do together. I know the last few years, last year was the first year they ever did tracks, because when it was in Vegas, you just kind of went, like you knew what you wanted to go see, and you waited in line forever, and it was craziness. But this time they did more tracks so that everybody could see basically the same thing. So I have a link. I will post it in the team pages if it's not already there. And it tells you all the tracks, like what time it is. If you go with the blue track, it tells you on Friday, Saturday, what all the classes are. So basically every single one is roughly the same on the different tracks. The thing is you have different speakers. So go through and look to see who is somebody that that resonates with you. Some people are going to be really drawn to like Amy Silverman. I love her, and Bonnie Engel. I love them. So I'm going to probably go with that track just because I do want to see them, and I see who else is speaking on the silver track. And then you can also, if there's something that, you really want to see and you're like, it's the same time, have one of your team members go to it. And then you guys can, talk it out later and find out what else, they learned, or, share notes. The other thing is these are all recorded. They will be up in the Coach Online office. So if there's something that you missed, you're going to see it later. I think it takes, I don't know if it's a couple weeks, or does anybody know? Is it a couple weeks or?
Like a couple months.
Is it?
Like 2 months, it seems like, in the past.
Okay. It just didn't seem like it just seemed like last year's was quicker than Vegas was for some reason. But we'll see. Okay, so maybe it is a couple months. I guess I was tricking you. And then the workouts. Okay, that's the important one. If you want to get in on one of these workouts, you need to be in at registration and get saving your spot. It fills up fast, especially if it's a new program, especially, what is it? The 22 hardcore, I bet is going to fill up fast. And so will, the Joel and Jericho, I bet will fill up, and Country Heat, Hammer and Chisel. So, it's going to fill up really, really fast. And if you want in on one of those, you're going to have to get in and make sure you register on time. Once you're registered, you can't switch around, and they check your wristbands. They will, there was a few times you tried to sneak people into one of ours, but nope, the workouts, they are very, very, very strict. They will not let you in if you don't have that colored wristband. And I think that's all with the tracks. Just make sure that you talk within your team, find out, who you're going to be hanging out with there, find out if you guys can all get on the same track. I will be registering early, so I'm hopefully going to settle on my track here pretty soon. I'd love to have you guys, be in the track with me. I think it'd be fun to all sit together. But again, do what's right for you. You are paying for this experience, and you want it to be the best experience that you have there. You don't want to go and waste your time and, not want to go to any of these trainings. They are awesome. And I love watching inside the trainings when people are talking. If it's somebody that really resonates with you, you can just see people just light up when they hear something like, oh my gosh, that person knows exactly what I'm feeling. Or you hear somebody's story and they become emotional, and it hits you. It makes you realize that this is possible for you to be up on that stage. I swear every year I'm like, I'm totally going to be a speaker on that stage. I'm going to do it. And so I keep telling myself, and then I kind of freak out a little bit later. I think I was just telling Diana at Super Saturday, I'm like, I watched this chick that was up there talking, and Marsha, I can't think of her last name. She's 7-star, and she was a farmer's wife, and she just, she decided she wanted to do something more with everything and give more to her family. And she's getting on there talking, and I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, she sounds an awful lot like me, just wanting to give more to her family, and her husband works so hard and wants to help out. And I was telling Diana, I said, I was just in there thinking, like, what if I'm up there one of these times? She's like, I thought the same thing. We were both like, and then we kind of started freaking out, like, oh my God, what would we say? Like, we think we could be really good speakers. And then we're like, yeah, we'll just let somebody else do it for right now. We'll just give them their turn. But it's exciting because I want that. I want to feel that in front of people and share my story, because I love my story. I love everything about that. Everything I've been through. And so I'm ready to share that. I just need to, I guess, get important enough to be asked to speak at something, I guess. Okay. And then, and that was another thing leading into the Super Saturdays. Get to an event. You have to get to a Super Saturday event. They are awesome. I don't care if nobody from your team is there. Get to the closest one that you can get to. They are so awesome. And you see other coaches and you do a workout, and some places are big enough that they're getting, like Carl there and the trainers. Wisconsin is getting Jessica Pasola. She is a coach that actually just spoke on the National Wake Up Call not too long ago. She was, what was it? It was like, her story was like, she was like Emerald, and she just went for it. And she's 12-star, like within a year. I don't even know how many, it was like months. It wasn't even a full year. She's incredible. She's such a good person. And we're doing ours on a Sunday instead. So I'm just really excited that we're getting some of these, really well-known coaches that have a really good success story. We're really working on getting corporate to come. I know Carl came, I think he came to Chicago. And so we're like, seriously, bring him up to Wisconsin. We need him up here. So that's what we're shooting for, but make sure you get to an event. It's super important to get to those, and you can talk to other coaches, and just, everybody's open to ideas. I mean, you're going to probably have some people that are quiet and keep to themselves, but I mean, I'm not quiet. I like to talk to everybody. I want to, with this especially, I mean, this is like an endorphin jacked up business. Like, you feel good, you're happy. And so I like having other people, and I get to do registration. So when they come up, they're getting a whole lot of this. Like, it's a lot of like, good morning. And it's like 8:00 and they're like, look, they're all tired. And I'm excited, and I want them to be excited coming in. Okay. Then the other thing I want to talk about is Success Club. If you are building a business, you need to make your goal Success Club every month. For me, it's non-negotiable. It's something I decided, I think I've held it for almost 50 months. So I'm super, super proud of that. And that's something, when I started this business, the first couple of months I did really well, because, you come out the gate sometimes and you're new, fresh to it, and people are ordering from you, and you're like, yeah, I'm like going to be an awesome superstar like in 2 months. And then all of a sudden it dries up, and you're like, okay, what happened? Like, what happened to my business? Nobody's ordering from me. I'm freaking out. You got to stick through it. And it's going to be lots of ups and downs. And you just stay consistent. Every single day, do the same things. As boring as it might seem some days, and you're thinking, I don't want to invite 3 people or 5 people or 10 people. You just got to do it. It's scary sometimes doing it, but once you just do it, walk away, invite your people, walk away, do your life, live your life. Like they always say that, let Beachbody give you a life, not be your life, because you can become very, very stressed out with this business. And you're going to feel like, because you're constantly feeling, well, that person's doing so much better than me. What are they doing? They've got some secret sauce. I know they've got the inside scoop on something. There is absolutely no secret sauce to this. It is staying consistent with your invites, building relationships, and really focusing on moving your business forward. My main thing with any of my new coaches now is I want to make sure we're building to Emerald. I know Brandy has said this, and it was awesome. You want to have emeralds creating emeralds. If that's your focus, your team is going to grow. You just have to make sure you're teaching your team how to grow those emeralds and helping them with placement. If you're struggling with how to set up your placement, reach out to a coach. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to anybody on this team that understands that part of the business of where to place people. I try to help my team I'm not good at like diagrams and all that stuff, but I can explain it. If you were like signed in, I could tell you exactly where to look. And I like helping other people. So don't be afraid to reach out. If your sponsor maybe isn't working the business and you're thinking, I want to go with this, I want to do something with this, then reach out to somebody on the team. Nobody on this team, I have a really tough time thinking that there might be somebody that would be like, yeah, I'm too busy to help you out. They might direct you to somebody else, but I can't imagine somebody's going to ignore you or not want to help you. So again, Success Club, super, super important if you want to move your business forward. So that means you just constantly have to be doing the vital behaviors. Personal development is something I will like shove down everybody's throats because it is super important. I can tell when I'm slacking because I become like a total downer. And it's, everything sucks. I'm like, oh, this business is so hard. Why is anybody ordering? Well, nobody wants to, order from a negative Nelly. So, you want to just buck up, read something that speaks to you. Maybe it's a spiritual book. Maybe it's a devotional. Maybe it's business. I'm somebody that I kind of bounce around. I have like 4 books that I'm like reading. I know it sounds crazy to some, but it's what I need for that day. If I'm feeling a little lost in my faith, I reach out for something else that I can read. If I'm sitting there thinking, oh, how can I get like really built up with my business? Like make me feel empowered, as a woman and running my own business. Well, then I break out, You Are a Badass. Hello. Who doesn't want to read that book? So, that's the kind of stuff I just kind of look for what I need. Now there's some people that are like Diana, who is front to back of a book. She's got to finish it. Like she's like, I'm not moving on from this book. I don't care how bad I hate the book. It's not my thing, but I got to finish it. So I can't do that. If that book doesn't start like reeling me in after the first chapter, a lot of times it goes right up on my shelf of all these books. People say you got personal development. Yes, I have a pick for everybody if somebody wants some of these books. Let's see. Oh, and when you are speaking on your profile page, or hopefully you're going to be moving to your like page so you can build your business on your like page, just 100% be yourself. Don't try to be like, not that you want to be like me, but I'm going to say, don't be like me. Don't be like, Lindsay Matway. Don't try to be like someone else, because every person is going to come to you because of you. So you're not just selling a product. You're not just selling a shake. You're not selling just a program. You're selling yourself. You are what people are drawn to. But one of my new coaches happened to stumble across my page. She's got friends that are coaches, and she told me that. And like in the first like 5 minutes of talking to her, she's like, "Oh, I have friends that are Beachbody coaches," and I'm like, ugh. All of a sudden I was like, wah, wah, wah. Like the whole sad music came in, and I was just like, nope, I'm going to buck up. I'm going to say, you know what? You do what's best for you. If you feel that you want to work with them, great. I have no problem. I just don't want to waste your time. And, I switched over to voice messenger, and I just started talking to her. It was crazy. I even like telling my story. I always, cause they want to know about me, like what was so significant for me in this business. And when I talk about it, and I get very passionate when I'm talking about it. And when I did, I like started to cry just even telling voice messenger to her, because I love my story. I love what I've done with this. My love language, I always warn people, my love language is words of affirmation. And right after that is the intimacy and touch. So I am very affectionate with people, and I get very attached to people. So, I try to make sure that they don't think I'm like this weirdo coming at them. But some people just aren't like me. They aren't huggers. They aren't, like I always say, I hug through the voice messenger when I'm talking to people. I want them to know that I really do feel something for them. I want to help them because they share things with me that are, losing weight, we all know, is incredibly emotional. So you have to connect on that level with them and understand they're coming to you because they're feeling something. They're feeling crappy about themselves. They want you to help them. I have a guy with one of my free leads. I started texting them, and I just have a little bitty blurb that I say to him. I've actually had a pretty good response. I've had 4 people from the 20 that I sent actually sent me back something saying they wanted, to connect with me on Facebook. I said I throw them into a challenge group. I've had one ask me about becoming a coach. I had one say, I didn't sign up for this. Please don't message me again. I was like, okay, take you off my list. And so, you're going to have those people that are like, don't bother me. But one guy, it was really cool because this guy that reached out to me, he's quite a bit younger than me, but he's already lost 88 pounds doing Insanity. Well, he is in a band and he's struggling because he had gained almost 30 pounds back because he's a night eater and he just wanted my help. And I've been talking with him for the last 3 days and he sent me a message today just saying, just those 3 days of talking to him and letting him talk to me about what's going on in his marriage and his work and just what's stressing him out. He said today is the first time he's woke up not feeling that pressure on his chest. And I get goosebumps even telling you guys that because just 3 days of talking to a coach, listening to somebody and having just somebody to listen to you and, not really dump your problems, but there's always a route to somebody, having weight issues. There's something, is there something that's a trigger in their life? And I'm proof of that. Like I am somebody, I went to therapy, so I'm like going all therapist on people, but that was what I found out. I have triggers. I have things that, when they happen, food becomes my best friend. And I have to be very aware of those. And so I try to help any customer that comes to me. I try to find out. And there's some people that are not going to be open to that. They're thinking, hey, you need to back up. This is my business. And you just have to respect those boundaries. But, start trying to find out a little bit more about people, even your free leads. If it doesn't say in there, do not contact in the back office or coach online office, text them. If you don't feel comfortable picking up the phone or Facebook stalking them, whatever. And once they've responded to me, I instantly tell them to follow me on my like page. And then I will send that once I see they've liked my page, I send them a friend request. And then I get them put inside my boot camp group. And even if they're not on Shakeology, I'm telling them I'm putting them in there for a couple days just to see, what they think. And it's been great. I've had, a few people on there this week and they love it. So that is my spiel for tonight. That's what I had for tonight. But I want to leave this open to you guys to, if you have any questions. I know I talk really fast, but that's me. So if you guys have ideas of things that you want to do on these calls, don't be afraid to, let me know. Or, when we're scheduling out our schedule, I can certainly still do team calls, but we just need to know, because I'm not sure. Brandy, do you know if we do a workshop, are we not going to have a team call?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Thank you for that. That was very helpful.
We should decide.
Not sure. That's good. So we should talk about that and see.
Let's talk.
Let's talk about the not sure that Brandy thinks. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about, Heather? We know you like to talk, girl. You got nothing?
But
no, I don't have anything. I got nothing. I was hoping that when we were talking about Summit Tracks, if you have the screen, I wish I could share my screen, but I can't. Just to show people what it looks like to see, because there's a lot of people going that I don't think have been before.
Oh, what do you mean? Just the sheet?
Yeah, how, so just show them where, because you've posted it in the group so people can see where it is, but what they need to decide on, because there's 2 tracks, what that looks like.
Because I had it up here and then I closed it out because
I know I put you on the spot, and I meant to bring it up when you were talking about it, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, you could have texted me or done something.
I can't. I'm on my phone. Remember, my other computer broke.
Oh,
Excuses.
Don't you have another dead phone too? Because didn't you? Okay, first you dropped it in the toilet and peed on it, and then.
I know. I'm a hot mess with technology. I dropped my phone in the toilet at the airport. And then my computer died, and now I got a piece of crap computer that doesn't do Zoom.
You crack me up. Let me see. screen share. Make sure my chats are all down so nobody sees what I've been writing. Just kidding.
Close out all your bad websites.
Yeah. Turn out all the bad. Let's see. Okay.
Hey, Jen, I
Can
have
you
a
guys
question
see this?
about the tracks?
Okay. Yes. Can you guys see this?
Oops. Let me mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Danielle has a question. Let
Okay.
me mute myself.
Yeah. Shh.
I do. I have a question about the tracks.
What's that?
So, is it gonna be like, okay, so registration once it opens, I was on for the Success Club trip, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Is there gonna be a chance that you don't get to register for what you want because
No,
sell
because-
out?
No, because everyone that has a ticket should be able to get into a track. I can't guarantee the
Is it-
workouts, so I mean I don't know.
Yeah. And is it possible if you want a certain track that you're, because I already went and looked up all this stuff because I wanted to see who was speaking, and so I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I know what track I want. But is it a chance that probably I won't get the track that I want because of the registration being open early? Like that's a possibility, right?
I don't think so. I think if you get on right away, honestly, I don't think there's that many elite premier superstars. I just don't.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think you're going to have any issues with it.
Okay, as long I mean, I really don't care because I'll wait for the videos. But obviously,
Right.
you know, I do have a that I'm seeing a few people. But if not, whatever. Like I just get to go. I'm excited about that.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's certain ones I want to see. I mean, there's some, but then when I look at, even though they're the speaker, I mean, if it's a certain topic that I'm like, okay, I really like the speaker, but the topic is just like not my thing. I mean, I just really have to weigh this out, like what I really want to see, because once you pick the track, you know.
Now, are they all at the same time? Like you have to pick. So if you wanted to see Brigitte Linford, who's at 7:30, right? Or no, on 9:30.
Mhm.
There's also another one that's on the blue track below that's at the same time. You just need to pick if you want to be in Hall D or Grand Ballroom.
Yep. And
Okay.
when you go to register, you'll have all those options.
Okay, it'll give me each class. Okay,
Yep.
so I should know this ahead of time, right?
Yep.
Go here, pick it out.
Yep. A lot of times
Okay,
you
cool.
can, I think though, correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, Diana, who all was there last year. If you pick blue track and you pick Hall D, that this is what you see. Like, I don't think you can do blue track. Oh, I'm going to go to Grand Ballroom for this and this and this. You have to pick one of these.
Yeah, you pick your track and your hall, and
Yep.
you get that. That's what you're stuck with. So
Oh.
you can't swap around between halls. You'll stay in the same.
So like
Yeah.
if I want Bonnie Engel, I think she's the one up above. Then I'm in her room with everybody there.
Yeah.
Because like
you'll keep
Brigitte,
going
I
back.
think was in this room, who was what I wanted to see. Bonnie Engel is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll have to pick one or the other. So if you pick
Okay.
blue track, then you need to pick Hall C, Hall D,
Yep.
or the Grand
Okay.
Ballroom or whatever it is, and then
So then I'm in Hall C the whole. What? That's good. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says. It just says determine which track you'd like to follow, blue track or silver. Then pick your desired workshop, Hall C, Hall D, Grand Ballroom. If option is no longer available, please choose from the remaining. And then the highlighted workshops are the elective offering in each track. So these electives, these must be the electives here, these extra ones, the highlighted ones.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Mine's, when I printed it out, it was black and white, and I don't have any highlighted stuff, so that's fun. Oh, it's bolded print, so it won't throw me off. I'll be okay. I'll be all right, guys. Don't worry. Don't get concerned. Oh, and then the general sessions, that's a big one. I noticed that some of them, what was that? It was almost like they were kind of whack. Like, Friday, there's a 9:30 a.m. to 12:15. You can go to the general session and at the Bridgestone Arena, or you can go to the training workshop. So it's like they're swapped. So like I'm confused because that part threw me off. Like general session, that's like when they have the speakers. So I wonder if they're doing the speakers multiple times so that everybody gets a chance to go to that. Because what was happening last year is like when, what's her name? what's Shalene's sister's name? Come on, Janelle. When Janelle was speaking, it was at the same time as I think one of the workshops or something. So people were upset that they didn't get to go to that. So I wonder if they're having them speak a couple times. So I'm not sure. Do you know, Heather?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking on there right
Oh,
now,
no.
but I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay, it's after
Alright.
all the it's after the silver.
Tracks and stuff.
Yeah, it's after that. It says date and time: Friday, Saturday. 9:30 to 12:15, and then 2 o'clock to 4:45 on both days. Like they say, training workshops, and then the next, next to it, it says general session at Bridgestone Arena. So general session.
Okay, so it's saying blue track. So if you look at Friday from 9:30, so if you're in blue track, say you pick blue track, it's the same as last year. If you're in the blue track, then on Friday you're going to be in the general session, which is your keynote speakers from 9:30 to 12:15, and then for the rest of the day you'll be in your training workshop. If you're in the silver track, you're the opposite. So if the blue track's at keynote speakers, the silver track's at their training workshops, and then vice versa. So that's all that's saying. It's the same way it was last year. So you don't pick.
It's in color. That's why mine didn't print out. Okie dokie.
Oh yeah, mine's in color.
Whatever. Miss Fancy Pants.
So that one's the same as last year. There you go. You have it on your screen now.
Yeah, mine's in black and white. So yeah, see what I got going on? Nothing going on there. So I'm like, I got nothing.
And no matter, like, if you have a availability, I know this is like, we're kind of jumping the gun because it's still, well, for some of us, it's still a little bit of ways. But when they send out the stuff for like shuttles and stuff, even if you're walking distance, but if you still have the shuttle, like I recommend just getting it. It was like $10 for the whole weekend, and it'll take you like even if you don't need it for like your training to get to your training, you can take it to like, somebody else's hotel or whatever. Like you can, is it 15 this year? Okay, so it's $15 this year for the shuttle, but like I got it last year because we were further away. This year I'll be within walking distance, but I'm still going to get it because you never know. Like, you never know where you're going to want to go or have to go or whatever. And the lunches too. I got lunches last year and I only ate it one day, but I'm glad I had it.
Oh my God. I had them every day and they were so good. Like I got
the chicken salad and I thought it was like a chicken salad sandwich and it was a chicken salad. And I was like, I can't eat leafy greens for 3 days after working out. Like, with no other food. Cause like you got to pack snacks. So I lived on like Kind Bards and spinach and it was not a good in Shakeology, like, and then working out and it was 100 degrees.
Beef jerky, and thank God there was a vending machine because I had a bad day one day and I had a totally honking huge Rice Krispie bar. It was awesome.
They had food trucks last year. I wonder if they'll have the food trucks this year. Those were good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those were fun. They always smelled really good. I was like, here we are for fitness. You have a big old juicy chili dog.
They had a bacon food trailer. And I was like, who's going to cave first? Watch all the Beachbody coaches. Who's going to line up
taking
first?
off their
You can
stuff
see everybody walking by looking like, who's going to be the first one in line? Everything they had was bacon.
Oh.
Bacon is so paleo. I'm in.
Yeah, I know. We're like, woo! We'll be over there. Good times. Okay, I have less than 1 minute, so I'm going to end this call. Thank you guys for getting on again, and I'll put up the recording as soon as I get it done on YouTube. But I live in Podunk, so everything uploads like slow. So, okay, I just want to thank you guys.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.